We got live.
You got it.
You got it. It's
All right.
your
All
topic.
right. Before we start, we're gonna give all praises to Yahweh.
Bashim, Yahshai, Bashim, Bakadash.
All right, double honors to the Apostle Mills, Millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all like Akim, Watham, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. All right, and it's just going to be another lesson through the Spirit. Me and the brother were going over some stuff. All right, and I happened to come across this in Isaiah, in which earlier today, through the Spirit, the elder Kazak from the Mississippi camp, he happened to read it in his video. And then when I flipped open my scriptures today to read, I happened to be there today from where I left off. But I'm gonna start with this first because you got a lot of scoffers. All right, people already don't believe that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are true Hebrew Israelites. But it was foretold that we would lose our heritage and that we would forget who we were. So as of right now, we are those Gentiles coming back to the realization of who we are. Right? When you read in the ancient, or when you read in the times of the apostles and the disciples, when they was pulling people that was being called Greeks, or people that was from Phoenice, or where was the dude that Philip spoke? Who did Philip?
Hellenese.
Khan. What are you?
Hellenized Khan.
The dude, the Ethiopian. Philip spoke to the Ethiopian. These were different beliefs coming back to the realization. All right, so I'm gonna start with this. Is Isaiah 65 verse 1. I'm sought of them that asked not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name. All right, if you look at our people in these days and times right now, all right, in this incarnation, because there is reincarnation in the Bible, but in this incarnation, we wasn't in the wilderness. All right, I'm not even 21 years old. I wasn't in the wilderness. We didn't get to behold the majesty of the Lord. I didn't have to go and circumcise myself according to the covenant, and my sons. I don't even have any kids, so we're those people coming back. We're that nation that was not called by his name. We was shit. Not even 5 years ago, I was a fucking American or African American, whatever you wanted to call me. All right, and starting with our elders and apostles, before they knew this truth, they was whatever they was in the world. All right, we are those Gentiles. This salvation is only for the nation of Israel and a specific number of them. All right,
okay.
I'm gonna keep going, and then you got it out. Verse 2.
I'm just grabbing that scripture you're talking about, Philip, with the Ethiopian.
Verse 2. I've spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts. All right, and that was targeted at the wicked of our people that knew that they were Israelites back then, that still had the law, that was still aware of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that could pull up the transcripts and say, yeah, this is my daddy, my daddy's daddy, my daddy's daddy's daddy, this tribe of so-and-so descendant of Levi. All right, we can't do that now. But that's the word was given unto us through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He knew the Most High planned it out perfectly. We would, you know what? I get that Jeremiah 17:4. I get that first.
Okay. Jeremiah 17:4, and thou even thyself shall be discontinued from thy heritage that I give thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
And we discontinued from our heritage. Let me move this out the way, Slack. All right, and it says, what we be in nations where? What does it say?
We be thou shalt serve thy enemies in a land thou knowest which thou knowest not.
So what happens to a group of people when they go into slavery under their captors in an unknown land? They get their names changed. They get their nationality. Look at the movie Roots. All right, the famous and popular scene when our man's was up there hanging, Kunta was up there hanging, and that Edomite was beating him. What's your name? My name Kunta. Bitch, your name is Toby. Blah. What's your name? He kept saying it until he mentally broke him. My name Toby. Then let that nigga down. That's what happened to us as a whole nation. A lot of us, our nationality was beaten out of some of us, and a majority of us chose to give it up. When you look in Maccabees, all right, all through there, motherfuckers is They want the Levitical priests wanted to go play frisbee, so they took off the holy garments and go put on some togas and go toss a disc around in a fucking arena. All right, we are those Gentiles, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. These scriptures are only for us.
That's right.
Get that Hosea you quoted, the 1 and 7.
Okay, I'm at it right now.
Hang on.
Hosea 1 and 7. But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and I will save them by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, their power, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, nor by horse, nor by horsemen.
I gotta charge the laptop. I know.
Okay.
Go straight to verse 10. Skip that. Just go straight to verse 10.
And yet none of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall say unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
All right, so where's the different places that it was said that we are not the Lord's people? All right, everywhere that we were scattered, everywhere that we were removed to. Shalom, Ahmad.
Hey, Shalom, Akim, Yahbashim, Yahshabashim. This punk ass app was trying to give me problems, Akio, so Salakia for being
okay, God.
I wasn't trying to drag my ass or nothing. You know, Tazarab be trying to give me some problems. Salakia.
Okay, God. Hey, brother, we already started the video. Okay, share the topic with Malak.
Yeah, we're just I'm gonna get the next scripture. The brother fall right in through the spirit.
All right. Precept right quick. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And the Most High shall scatter thee among all the people of all, from one end of the earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve thy other gods, neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And this what happened to us. Hey, when we came over here, a lot of us, Jake, still do it. They got the Issachar dealing with Mother Mary and shit, and little baby Jesus and shit. You know, hey, we ain't supposed to be serving worshiping shit that's made with man's hands. You know, right. You know, we got something the other world don't have. We have a power. Right. They don't have nothing.
Right. Yeah. They ain't got shit. They got these idols and stuff that they worship. You know what I'm saying? Now they got it to the point like you idols in Japan and shit. You know, they try to make it a big thing, like them sex dolls. A sex doll is an idol. You know, you got some of these cats in Japan. They so afraid of women that they take these idols and shit. Cause these Ammon, they love these fucking idols, man. All right, they'll take them. And I saw this. I saw it on RT. This gook had a sex doll, and this motherfucker took it to karaoke, man. He had a sex doll sitting right next to his silly ass, and this motherfucker singing karaoke like he was with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how bad that this idolatry is. They love this shit, man. And then you got Jake going out here. They say they love the Most High, and then they flash that silly ass looking Jesus piece. You know, they got Cesare Borgia on the front of it and shit, and they think that makes them holy. I take this my secret lucky charm and shit. You know, and I just gotta be a joke, man. And really, when it gets to that point, what does the scripture say that if you rebuke a fool, he'll hate you, man. And you'll go to say something like, well, you know, that's an idol, brother. You know, and you'll say that out of sincerity. And then they'll just get, oh, no, brother, it's different than that, you know, or, pretty much the conversation will end quickly because a lot of people can't take rebuke on these idols, man. That's how highly infatuated they are in this society with these idols, man.
Hey, I got you perfect, because this is how our people fell away to heathenism. That's why we're known as niggas and sticks and all types of shit. We was calling ourselves shit. Like I told you, we was naming ourselves after the Antiochians. All right, this is 2 Maccabees chapter 4. I'm gonna start at verse I'm gonna start at verse. I'm gonna start at verse 9. Then I'm gonna jump. It says, besides this, he promised to assign 150 more if he might have license to set him up a place for exercise and for the training up of youth in the fashions of the heathen, and to write them of Jerusalem by the name of Antiochus. All right, so this is when Antiochus was ripping and running up and down. All right, and what happened to our people? All right, does the scripture say, as the king is, so is the people? All right. We was told, well, what niggas do, man? Fuck the man, these law, man. Look, man, fuck these fringes, my nigga. It's a toga. It's easy access.
Yeah, yeah.
Lord, to rappers, Christians, man. That's what's in fashion, nigga. Flower pot on your head. That's what our people fell away to. All right, this real quick.
A nigga with a flower pot on his head.
Nah.
That's silly, man.
Says, for he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself, and brought the chief young men under his subjection, and made them wear a hat. Now,
wait. He said he brought the chief Salakia. You don't mind me saying he said he brought the chief young men. So what do these devils do usually? Their guys is to go after the younger generation and to manipulate their minds. So by the time that they're a man or a woman, they already have them in subjection to all of the different devices that they have set for it, man.
Yeah. Hey, that's all it takes is one generation to forget who you are.
Right.
They don't take 50. All it takes is one. You take a child away from his parent, tell a child you descended from a penguin. All right, you a penguin from Antarctica. That's where you came from. Hey, that's all it takes. All right.
Right.
Verse 13.
Hey, that motherfucker be on that damn penguin like Chili Willy in his piece. You know, it's bad, dog. It's true though. It's true.
Verse 13. Now such was the height of Greek fashions and increase of heathenish manners through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest, that the priest had no courage to serve any more at the altar, but despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, hastened to be partakers of the unlawful allowance and the place of exercise after the game of discus called them forth. So our priests put down the priesthood to go toss frisbees around, man. This became heathens. This is why the scriptures say neither Jew nor Greek, because the majority of our people, half of them was Jew, half of them was Greek. This is why, man, these motherfuckers retarded, man. Y'all scripture, y'all can get whatever y'all got.
I got one. This is and you know, it's funny you talking about this in particular topic because I remember Apostle Gabar, he had said something a couple videos ago, out on the highways and the hedges, and what he had went into, he had explained that, you know, these other nations, like what they did was Jake will marry these other nation women and they would take on their customs. And as they took on their customs, one of the things that they would do is they will raise their children up that they have with that woman. They will raise that child up in those customs. So what are you doing now today?
And you going to what I think you're going to, the scripture?
What'd you say, I
said you going to the scripture I think you're going to?
Hey, yeah, and Deuteronomy? Oh,
yeah.
Hey,
no, I'm thinking about King Solomon.
Shit, I was thinking of Nehemiah. Shit.
Shit. Hey, well,
let me grab it real quick.
That was beautiful.
What I was just talking about, because this is what King Solomon did. First Kings 11:1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, the women of Moabite and Amorite, Edomites, and Zordanians, and Hittites of the nation concerning which the Most High said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them.
Right. A lot of them Hamites, man. A lot of them Hamitic nations that the Most High had us take our land back from, because remember, we were taking our land back originally when Adam and Eve were kicked out of the garden, right? That garden was and they had the angels with the flaming swords preventing them from returning back to the garden. Well, basically, that's how the Most High set it up for us to return back to the garden, right? And that's what he did with Moses and Joshua. That's what that whole campaign was basically about, taking back the land that belonged to us. Because what did those Hamites do? They were on that land, their idols and homosexuality and all of these different things polluting the land. So what did the Most High have us do in return? When we came out of Egypt, we went over there and we murked those motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying?
Kind of.
We did away with them. He didn't say, hey, go ahead and take some of these women as spoil. No, he told us to utterly destroy all of them, man. All right, and they cattle.
That's why Saul.
What'd you say?
I said that's why Saul got in trouble.
Come on, man. You see what I'm saying? Even to this day, even to this very day, let's just say Saul is back right now. He may be doing some of the similar things through reincarnation in this kingdom. You see, death is a remedy. Like me and a brother did a video yesterday. Death is actually a remedy. Because their sins onto death. You keep, okay, let's say for instance, right, the Most High punish you and he forgive and you repent, right, for the idolatry and all the shit that you was doing or the customs of the other nations, and then you fuck around and backslide and do that shit again, man, 2-3 times the Most High just like, fuck them, go on and kill them, man.
Yeah.
All right, homosexuality, what a lazy ass son. All of these things are sins onto death. All right, and this idolatry in the end is going to lead the majority of our people to destruction.
Can I finish this right here real quick?
I'm sorry.
No, you got it out.
For surely they will turn you away from your heart, and after their gods. And Solomon cleaved unto these in love, and he had 700 wives and princes and 300 concubines, and wives turned away his heart. And it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wife turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect within Yahweh, his power.
And there's also a scripture, I think it's in Proverbs, that goes into women and wine will turn your heart away from the Most High, man. All of that mirth, that's why we have this written aforetime for our learning, so we know what not to do. This is what King Solomon did, aka Yahweh Shai, through the reincarnation, right? This is what he did, and this was set up for our learning today, so we don't get comfortable in this captivity. Yahweh Shai or King Solomon had to go through that, so we would be able to understand this now.
Real quick, all right. If we were going off back then, back all those thousands of years ago, if we was falling away from the Lord, giving into idolatry, getting in with these other women, how bad do you think it would be now at this point where we're at? How far off separated will we look? What type of languages will we be speaking? How will we be walking and talking and looking? That's why it says in Revelation, was it 7? John said, the angel asked him, who is he? He said, hey, player. Hey, he said, I don't know. You know. Right. I'm throwing some Jake salt on it. All right. But he said, down good. Yeah. Because he looked, he was confused. He's like, damn, I know the scriptures. I know where Israel, we're the chosen. We're supposed to look a certain way. I don't know who they are. But through the Spirit, those are the Israelites, us coming back in these last and final days, you're going to have Israelites looking like whatever. And that's what these people, these scoffers can't understand. How come y'all say blacks are the chosen? There's a white boy with you. Because they don't have the Spirit. Right,
they don't. Yeah, it's like let's say for instance, like honestly, when y'all brothers came down on Sunday, all right, I felt like, what I'm saying, even meeting some of you brothers for the first time, I felt like I knew you brothers, what I'm saying, my whole life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because reincarnation is a very real thing. Slab Malone can't understand that. Reincarnation is so fucking real that it say our spirit beareth witness with this word, this truth, right? Well, it also beareth witness with those that you may have had a connection with, a outstanding connection with in your past life.
I know some motherfuckers that look like Edomites that's more niggas than niggas.
Yes.
That's more down, ready to ride, and Jacob be in the house shook, scared somewhere, and they out there awesome straight nigga rat shit.
Yes, straight up. And them motherfuckers be wild. I know which one you talking about. So a comedian made a joke about that shit some years back because that white that when he looked like that leprous white boy, he got to be 10 times harder just to hang out with them niggas, them black ass niggas. He got to be 10 times harder. You ever seen Blood In, Blood Out, man? My man Miklo looked like an Edomite. You know what I'm saying? But that was one of the, like, eventually he became the craziest Issacharite out there and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it was just like, damn, man. It's some things that when you had that leprosy, they had to go that much further to prove their downness, so to speak, you know?
Here, I got this real quick. Romans chapter 9, I'm going to start at verse 24. It says, even us, whom he hath called, not the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles, as he said also in Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power. So
hey, that's right here.
Coming back. We was doing right. We started doing wrong. Lord brushed us off. Now we so raggedy and torn up and looking crazy. He said, all right, y'all come back now. I'm going to clean you up. That's how it is. If you get kicked out the house and you living on the streets, your clothes going to get raggedy, dingy, shoes wore out. You're going to get dirt on. Then your dad drive past you. Son, is that you? You going to look up, huh? Man, get
your ass in this car. Shit.
Get
your nasty ass. Get to this fucking house and wash your ass, brush your teeth. God damn it. You know, that goes all the way back to the parable of the prodigal son, man.
And that
is how we are now.
And most people, they're not going to pick up some random motherfucker they don't know and never seen in their life up off the street and let them in their car. They only going to redeem, only bring back, adopt, graft someone that they know, someone that they're familiar with. And that's us coming back in these final days and times. What kind y'all got it?
I got a little, so this is Deuteronomy 4 and 5. It says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgment, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, and that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it. Now we know that Gad came, and originally Gad and Reuben and Issachar, and those are the northern tribe came, and they actually possessed this land before the so-called white man took it over, right? And so, and coming in possession of this land, for a while, they tried to keep those laws, statutes, and commandments. Now, even though the so-called white man came as a punishment, and in this very land, the Most High told us that we are not his people anymore because we all went into captivity, all right? Like the brother said, he dusted us off and he accepted us back in, right? It says, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation. Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Hey, this fucking country can't do nothing without the so-called Native American, Latino, and the so-called Negro men and women. We keep the gears on this piece rolling. You understand? And they can't really do anything without that shit. All right.
If we remove our black dollars from the economy, this economy will collapse.
Yes, overnight. That should have happened overnight. Okay. It says, for that nation, for what nation is there so great, who has Yahweh so nigh unto them, as Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon him for. Most High has never dealt with any other nation because, hey, you can see the condition of them now. They don't know shit now. They basically trying to get their foot in the door, calling him by another name. And it don't work like that. A name that they can all universally call on. You don't recognize that name. It says, and what nation is there so, Salakia? It says, only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen. And whenever we read these scriptures, like the apostles go into, you want to envision these things, man. Our eyes may have not seen them in this life, but we have the just outside the internet, we can envision these things when we read them. We can see them all over again. We was there. We was there at one point in time. But right now, we can't see them physically. But when we read these scriptures, I know personally when I read it, I can see it, man. It says, keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. And their heart is your lob, is your mind. It says, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. So we're supposed to teach this to our children. You got Jakes out here getting up with these other nations, or you don't even have to fuck another nation, because a lot of these niggas love this place, man. All right, all they doing in the end is just sending their children to school, learning how to read and write in this language. Don't know shit about their nationality. They go to school to receive their nationality, man. And what do? They do? They come home and say, "Oh, I'm an African American. I'm a Mexican. Oh, I'm a Puerto Rican," and all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That shit is a joke. What? Okay. Salakia. All right. So we supposed to teach this, and it says to thy sons, right? Because your son carries on your genealogy. He carry on your seed. Huh? All right, you can teach it to your daughter, but if she get married to a Muslim nigga, guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna carry on his shit. She's gonna put that motherfucking headscarf on. She's gonna put that ninja mask the fuck on, and she's gonna cook up that camel meat and whatever. Walk around musty as a bitch. That's what they do.
Slamming their forehead against the floor 5 times a day.
Man, that shit is silly as a bitch, man. 5 times a day on that funky, stanky, booty smelling ass rug.
And traffic,
and then I
pull over.
Come on, man.
Freeway. Come on the side of the freeway and get to work. Hey, man. Look.
And then I looked at them and I think I saw it on Al Jazeera or something, or Democracy Now, I don't know. And they was all praying in that mosque and shit. And it's just a bunch of people's heads right next to another man's asshole, man. While they laying down like, man, first of all, when you in prayer, that's a private thing. Unless we are in the brotherhood, you know what I'm saying, as brethren. All right, that's a private thing. I'm going to come together 5 times a day with a bunch of funky, and you can only imagine what it smell like in that damn mosque. Smell like ass and feet, corn chips.
They already people shit.
They on that dirty ass rug praying to this God that don't exist, man. A fucking joke, dog. Then a lot of people don't know that Kazakhstan, the way they built that raggedy ass stone, all right, they built it with a big ass hole in the back. You know these motherfucking faggots go and they stick their rod up in that stone, man. That's supposed to be an honorable thing. To fuck the Kazakhstan. Only the most highly esteemed of these sand niggas and these niggas that convert to it can do that, man.
Heathenism.
Silly as a bitch, man.
I got this real quick. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1 says, and you hath he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience, among whom also we all had our conversation in times past in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. So us, through our wickedness, we separated ourselves from the Lord. Like the brother was giving the example of them, all that Ishmaelite shit. Some of the main number one hardcore they belief is Jake. Jake, a straight man. I'm talking about Jake. I got into a straight up argument with my coworker. He was kind of my manager. I mean, he cool with me, but we got into like a straight up argument because he heard me speaking. I was saluting the brother, and he said some was that Arabic? I was like, no, I don't speak that bullshit. And he was like, what you say? He's like, that's offensive to some people. I was like, nigga, you Muslim? He's like, yeah. I was
right.
Like, So then he started trying to throw all that shit on me. I'm like, dude, and I'm like, hey, you can put that in a basket and chuck it out this truck, dude. But you know, that's a
What did
whole
they
other
say?
story. But our people are the #1 cheerleaders for idolatry, man. That's why we're so far removed from the Lord right now. Look at us, man. As a whole, look at our whole. Even the wicked 2/3, fuck them, they gonna die. But as a whole nation, this is such a low estate. Really, if you look, you go outside and see shit that just infuriate you or make you extremely sad. Well,
Yeah,
look at
it
our
does.
people. A couple weeks ago, me and the brother, we was coming home from the store. We seen like 20 NBs, 20 black women outside fighting like a pack of lion and hyenas in the middle of the street. Had cars blocked. I'm talking about uppercuts, overhands, elbows, knees, clenched up, body slamming people like a bunch of animals, man. Straight heathens.
Hey, and they'll never do that to the so-called white man or the so-called white woman. They'll never do that to them, but they'll fuck each other up tooth and nail. They'll do some shit you done seen back in the WWF. Tony Atlas and goddamn the Wayne the Rock what's his guy's name? I can't remember his name. The Rocky Johnson. All right, that they doing some old shit.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson, yeah. That damn coon. That nigga don't want to be a Jake so fucking bad. Dwayne Johnson and his dad Rocky and all these niggas, man. All they want to do is they want to fucking be Samoan so fucking bad. Yeah. That shit is embarrassing, man. You know, these niggas want to be anything but what the fuck they supposed to be. That's why they only remedy is death, man. This is Deuteronomy 4:19. And least thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven should be driven to worship them and serve them, which Yahweh thy power have divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. The Most High divided that to them down to these other heathen nations, man. He divided that to them to worship the stars and the moon and shit. You know what I'm saying? That was their heritage, man, not ours. The 20th verse, it says, "But Yahweh have taken you and brought you forth out from the furnace, even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people of inheritance, as ye are this day." 2018, this day. This is our heritage, man. He took us out to be an inheritance, man. We the most highest heritage, man. This is our heritage. We are his inheritance. This kingdom of heaven is our inheritance, man.
And that's the reason why we need a savior, because hey, the other worlds don't need a savior. You know, the law, statutes, and commandments wasn't given to them.
Right.
You know, hey. So, you know, they're trying to take something that ain't even supposed to be yours. How can you take something that, you know, it was never bestowed upon you? Matter of fact, let me get the scripture real quick. Psalms.
Just reminded me. You got it up. I got two.
147. And 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgment, they have not known him. Praise ye Yahweh, watching me outside. You know, y'all other people, y'all don't have a power. We the one that got the power, got a God. Y'all don't have nothing.
Right.
You know. Hey, who is that through your dickheads that y'all don't, you know, you can't win? Right. You might as well just get the last few little laps you got out of your system, because, hey, when we raise up, it's over.
Right. Raise up in this bit. Hey, when you see, as much as I can't stand that silly ass nigga, man, LeBron James. But when that nigga rise up and he going to dunk, man, niggas get the fuck out the way, especially when he towards that hoop. And that's what these other niggas are gonna have to do. They're gonna have to get the fuck. They're gonna have to back the fuck up and just watch. You know, you see how niggas be looking up and shit at the nigga while he flying, all in eye and shit. Like, god damn, that motherfucker, man. I don't want none of that shit. I don't want to get dunked on. End up on the front of a fucking poster with this nigga's nuts on your head and shit. That's what's gonna happen to these other nations. They ain't got no choice. You know what I'm saying? The Most High has brought put us in a position that He's going to bring us out of, and when He does, all y'all gonna be able to do is just sit back and look with eye. And these cats on this side, you know, of our people, the 2/3, and want to fucking worship all these other idols and shit, man. You gonna have your head all the way the fuck down in the kingdom, you know, and you gonna feel ashamed, man. Like, we gonna have the whole, hey, brother, it's all right, man. You know what I'm saying? You was worshiping all this dumbass shit. Brother, welcome to, hey, man, let's get on this chariot and go to Jupiter and fuck some Martian hoes or something, man. You know, put your head up, brother, because they're going to feel bad about that stuff in the kingdom. I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
Second Ezra 3:32. Or is there any other people that knoweth thee besides Israel? Or what generation have so believed in thy covenants as Jacob? Yet they reward appear not, they labor have no fruit. For I have gone there, and there through the heathen I see they flow in wealth, and think not upon thy commandments. And you know, hey, these heathens right now, hey, they living it up big right now. You don't see them applying this book to their lives. They ain't doing wise judgments of this from this book. You know, they doing the laws of the so-called Edomite laws.
Uncle Esau.
Kind.
You know, Uncle Esau. do the Edomite.
The laws in these books are forever. You know, hey, the Edomites will tell they Edomite pastors and these Jake pastors telling that the law, statutes, commandments is nailed to the cross. Right. But the scriptures say His laws is forever.
Yeah.
So you know,
don't stop. What does it say? And that you go to possess. You know, hey. Right now, the Most High has it set up to wherever He has His men posted up. If they are part of the elect, guess what? When He rise them up, they'll possess that land. Like, even if, say, for instance, as Yahushua come back and the hopeful elect on this side get the spiritual powers, they're going to possess this bitch for a little bit before it's destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to aid in the destruction of the place, bro. You know? Hey, just like treating, it's just like, you know, somebody getting a street hoe. What do? You know, they pay them, they bust them down, pay them their wages, and they gone. You know, they don't fucking stick around with her and shit. Hey, we paying the Most High our wages right now, you know, saving these things up in heaven for what we will receive. Hopefully that we will receive interest, that spiritual interest, which is those salvation and spiritual powers. So we can go ahead and we can, you know, put a foot dead in this raggedy ass country called America, man. This silly Harley called America. We're gonna put a foot dead in the ass of this country, and then we can ride on out. You know what I'm saying, into the sunset in those chariots, y'all sharp rock, man. You know. This is Sirach 11 and let's see, Sirach 11 and 28 it says, "My son, glorify thy soul in meekness, and give it honor according to thy to the dignity thereof." Right, because this is the Most High giving us our flesh back. What is that? Ezekiel 37. We actually have a heritage now. And He put this
I was thinking about that scripture too.
God, brother, hey man, that's a big thing because we have our nationality back. This is why we seek Him 10 times more. You know. And this is also an honor. This is an honor to us. This is an honorable thing that we're doing. You know, you just sending your children to school to learn about this country and the history. That's why they call it history. This ain't our story. This is His story. You know, you sending your children to school and shit to learn about His story, right? And what are they gonna do in the end? They're gonna stand up for Him because the only knowledge that they have is His story. You know. It says, who will justify him that sinneth against his own soul, and who will honor him that dishonoreth his own soul. It's a dishonor to your own soul if you seeking justice on this side, if you seeking to be glorified on this side in this kingdom, all right, you dishonoring yourself. So ain't nobody else gonna honor you. I'm not, hey, these brothers in this word is gonna look past you. Matter of fact, they're gonna cut you up, and then they're gonna leave the rest of you to the birds, man. Because when your hour shot come back, man, you gonna understand what that dishonor. You gonna understand what it really means to be dishonorable. Because the Most High is not dealing with no dishonorable men.
Okay. I got some real quick.
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 5, verse 1 says, "Now will I sing to my well-beloved, the song of my beloved, touching his vineyard. My well-beloved hath a vineyard in a very fruitful hill, and he fenced it and gathered out the stones thereof and planted it with the choicest vine and built a tower in the midst of it and also made a winepress therein. And he looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes." All right. And this is directed at the nation of Israel. Just to prove it real quick, because those grapes, the Lord planted us. We were meant to be like it tells you in Deuteronomy. There's supposed to be a sight in the nation in the eyes of these nations, man. We're supposed to the people are supposed to look at us and be like, "Damn, look at them and they God, man, they ain't doing this, they ain't righteous." But we turned into wild grapes. We turned into something less than deserved. We turned into degenerates, like it said.
Degenerate vine. Yes. God.
There's somebody. I know if you could grab that for me.
Grab what?
Is it in here? Is it in the same chapter? Or am I tripping?
And Jeremiah?
Yeah. Jeremiah 5, degenerate. It might be in a different book, in a different chapter. But
let me take a look.
I was going to grab an example. All right. So because you had Paul going out, because Paul was considered what the apostle of the Gentiles, or whatever the title was. I'm butchering it a lot, but he was going to those wild grapes. Right now, and it was said wild grapes for a reason. All right, because look, we was doing things like this. 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1. It is reported commonly that there is fornication among you, and such fornication as is not so much as named amongst the Gentiles, that one should have his father's wife. All right. That's how we fell away. You had the apostles going around. Yeah, that's why the Corinthians had 2 long books. You had somebody in the church of Corinth messing around with his daddy woman.
Yeah.
Heathenism, man. We fell away, and we fell away hard. And only we are going to be redeemed. All right. Starting with the elect in 1/3, but ultimately the whole nation of Israel. So salvation is not for none of the rest of you people, you Edomites, the so-called white man, you Moabites, you Ammonites, Chinese, Japanese, you Ishmaelites. Go touch the moon with your forehead and headbutt with Allah, and we'll flying up there on your carpet. All right. You Arabs. Who else? What other heathens we got? You Hamites. All right. Go have Horus nut on Anubis and create Planet Risk or whatever the fuck.
Hey,
this for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. This ain't for nobody else, whether we look like it or not. The cases, man.
Right.
I got if you see my grandmother, you would swear that she was an Edomite, and look through her genealogy. That's an Israelite. She just happened to come out. Man, look, there's so many people walking around that look like these other nations. You got motherfuckers in Japan looking like Japanese. That's fucking Israelites, because some dumb nigga went over there. Some dumb nigga was back there in the samurai days, got him a little goop bitch, and that son got a goop bitch, and lo and behold, now they all look like goops, man.
We are wild grapes. It must have been Afro Samurai, brother.
God, you got it. Somebody get that degenerate plant. I know you got it.
You know what? Let me see if I could hold on just a minute. Hold on, I want to get to me a great man. Let's see.
I'm gonna type it in real quick.
Yeah. Because that's what I was gonna do too.
Degenerate, meaning we left off. We fell off. Shit. Degenerate plant.
Degenerate. There's nothing good about a degenerate.
I got it. Yep. Okay.
22 and 21.
Yep. Jeremiah chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 21. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned unto the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? So not only did we degenerate and become lowly, it said we turned to a strange vine. We wholly separated ourselves through our sins and iniquities. Right? Man, this hey, man, we can do this all day, dude. Which for you non-believers, all right, you saw Esau, you are not a part of the chosen lineage. None of you heathens are. Christianity is
That's
false
right.
and bullshit. What else? Lutheranism, Evangelica, whatever, all that other shit.
Evangelical, yeah. The evangelical, yeah. What is that? The 7-day Adventists
Yeah,
and
seven kind.
Y'all been hey, Bushwick, bamboozled. You
yeah,
know, and that y'all the most you know, Most High only loves Israel, the
right,
children of Israel, not them Israelis in Israel right now. It was the people before it was a place.
right.
Okay? And I got a quick precept because Baruch 2:29.
What'd you say?
I'm like Baruch 2.
What'd you say?
Did you read 2:29?
Oh no, you got it. I read chapter 9. You
Baruch 2:29. If you will not hear my voice, surely great multitude shall be turned to a small number among the nations. I will scatter them, and everywhere you go in all these nations, the black Americans, we are the lowest number right now in all these different countries. And really, if we all gather together, we'd be more in all these other kingdoms. And for I knew that they would hear me because it's a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves. And they shall know that I am the Most High, thy power, and give them a heart and ears to hear. And we waking up now. And that's the reason why these churches are TD snakes is hey, rising up.
Right.
We fulfilling prophecy right now. We waking up. You know,
right.
Pressure right now. America.
Yeah, that America. Hey, that was a dope ass CD too. I used to do that America. That America. That shit was hot.
Whoever got it.
I got another one. Because like I'm saying, we feeling right now. Wisdom common, and then shall the righteous stand up with great boldness before the face of such that have afflicted and made no account for his labor. You know, they called us the black Israelites. They trying to brush us off like we don't know what the fuck we talking about. But we y'all don't have no understanding. You know, the Most High ain't dealing with you. When they see it, they shall be troubled with a terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangers of his salvation, so far beyond that they look for. So when we get caught up, when they see them chariots come and grab us up, they're going to be Verse 3, repent and they and groaning anguish of spirit and say within themselves, this was he whom we in derision, a proverb, or we fools counted his life to the end with honor. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh? How is he and Slakia and the lot and he and his lot among the saints? You know, when this shit happens and it goes down, hey, you fucked up because you're gonna see them chariots come, pick us up, and they're gonna see them come down and ass up right behind.
That's gonna be a beautiful day.
It's gonna be crying and gnashing of teeth when it go down. Because that would be the only thing that make me want to cry when I see the missiles coming down. While I see the saints get scooped up out of them chariots.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barak, that day comes soon, bro.
Yeah. That's why we're doing this work. Because we want to hurry up and get the fuck up out of here. We're tired of this shit.
Every day. We wake up and shit, you just be like, God damn.
Another day.
Here, but shit, man.
You know, hey,
in this piece, but God damn.
Only thing I'm happy about that Saturdays come by so fast.
Yeah, it's already been 5 days, man. That shit crazy.
God.
You know, the days are going by so fast, man. It's ridiculous. I remember when I was young and I was going to school, I was like, the time would never go by. But now the time just flying by me. I used to be. I remember when I was 21, and I think again. I'm 28. I had my last child, and then I'm 51 right now, man. It's just like flashes, man. It's just time went by so fast on me.
God. Yeah.
Hey.
Brothers have any more scriptures?
I do. Salakia.
Okay, come on with it, brother.
Like, y'all probably can't see me. I don't know what the fuck happened.
It's fine. It got your image just showing your. It's fine. Hey, we rolling. Shit.
Hey, brother, we know who you is. Most I know who you is.
Right. Cause I was like, damn, this motherfucker didn't have. I'm just looking. That's the whole time I've been quiet. I've been trying to figure out how to get back and shit. I'm like, I can hear y'all, but I can't see a motherfucking thing. Let's see. This is Deuteronomy 27 is what is that? This is Deuteronomy 29 and 17. It says, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will send upon them the sword and famine and the pestilence, and will make them like vile figs that could not be eaten. They are so evil. Most High made the majority of our people like vile figs. All right, you can't even, don't nobody, you look at a fucked up fig. All right, you got a whole tree full of, ripe, delicious figs, and you see that one fucked up fig, man, you're gonna be a whole basket of them. You're gonna be like, man, get that shit out of here. That shit look creepy, It says, and I will persecute them with the sword, with the famine, and with the pestilence, and will deliver them to be removed to all the kingdoms of the earth, to be a curse and an astonishment and a hissing and a reproach among all the nations where I have driven them. And that's what we are this day. And why is that? Because our people, the majority of our people, act like they ain't got a heritage. They act like their heritage is slavery and my culture is rap, nigga. Like, Migos and all these niggas trying to say that our culture is rap and all this silly shit, man. That's
what my sister told me. We Israelites. We Christians. That's what my sister told me. I'm telling her we ain't no.
Damn.
We Israelites.
We tell them that, man. They tell you that, and they earnestly mean that. Like they would rather do that than an Israelite, brother.
The nigga will straight up fist fight you, man.
God, I was at ease because she didn't call me for like 2 months when I told her that shit.
It's 19th verse. It says, because they have not hearkened to my words, saith Yahweh, which I sent unto them by my servants the prophets, saying, rising up early and sending them, but ye would not hear, saith Yahweh. So who are the prophets right now, man? Starting with the elder apostles on down to the lowest man. All right, the Most High has placed it on us to be the mouthpiece of Yahweh Shem Yahushai on this side. And guess what? This is a job. We can get fired from this job for not doing what the fuck we got to do. He can fire us easily, man. Because we can't do nothing against the truth before the truth. So the Most High set you up that if you slacking and bullshit and you get fired and shit. I mean, hell, that's what it is, man. Because if you get fired on this side, you're gonna literally get fired. You're gonna feel that fire, that serpent. You're gonna feel that that serpentine fire, motherfucker. You gonna fire, earth, wind, and fire type shit.
The more a strange death.
Yes, kind. They say, come on and tell a story of morning glory. All about the serpentine fire. All about that fire, boy, and you're gonna feel it. Most likely gonna put that heat underneath your ass and get to cooking you like eggs, man. This shit should be a motivation on this side, man. I don't want to end up like that. I don't want my children to end up like that. So guess what I gotta do? I gotta do what the fuck what I'm so called to do. It's not something that we all stood up one day and say, you know what, man, I want to be a prophet of the Lord. I want to. No, man. We all had our own aspirations before we came into this thing. But guess what? Yahweh Shem Yahshai said, man, forget all of that. This is what your true job is. Whether you what does they say in the old spy movie? This is your mission. Whether you the Mission Impossible, this is your mission, whether you choose to accept it or not, and whatever the fuck, man. This is our mission, man. We getting that mission. We got the mission briefing, and guess what? This mission ain't impossible. This is very possible. All right, because Yahweh said his yoke is easy, and then his yoke being easy, man, it ain't no. It really ain't no excuse and shit, man. If you can't works. You can't go out to the highways and the hedges. You know, you can't put up 3 videos. Man, shit, man. What can I say, man? You know, really, the Most High, he ain't really using you, man.
You just fuck if you just do 3 videos, man. That ain't it. You know, 3 10-minute videos. Come on, man.
That's it, brother.
That's the easiest thing you can do. Once you learn this truth, is you just make but me myself, when I do a video, I'd be like 20, maybe 30 minutes in it. Because once I put in one precept, 2 or 3 hit my mind.
Right.
And then I do that one, then another one hit my mind, you know.
Yes,
I got because 2/3 of us is going to be cut off and die. So I got to put it out there. Hey, Zechariah 13:8, and it shall come to pass in all the land, saith the Most High, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, and the 3rd part shall be left therein. Well, I'll bring the 3rd part through fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. And they shall call upon my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. And when this happens, 2 parts of Israel is going to die. Only this thing is only for the elect and the 1/3 of Israel. That's who the world enemy called. I hate that name. Jesus. That's who he's coming for. His name is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but he's coming for the elect of Israel, the 144,000, and the 1/3 of Israel.
Straight up, brother. That's that VIP. That's that VIP status in the spirit.
God. And if you ain't, doing your part to make your call election sure, hey, you gonna get that fire.
Right. That serpentine fire, brother.
God.
You get that hot ass heat, a different heat. I ain't talking about motherfucker get burned by some bad bitch or something. No, we talking about that fire that make you scream and shout.
Hey, that fervent heat.
God, because the Most High, like James Brown, he coming back looking for that big payback.
God.
I listened to that the other day, but I was like, man, that's a cold ass track, man. James Brown wasn't playing with the big payback. I'm like, damn.
I'm mad.
I don't know karate, but I know crazy. I'm like, damn. The Most High, look, Most High gonna get crazy on you motherfuckers, man. All right, you got something for your ass. Right. This is Wisdom of Solomon 15:4. For neither did the mischievous inventions of men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors and painters' fruitless labor. It says the sight whereof etched Salakia, the sight whereof entices fools to lust after it, and so they desire the form of a dead image that hath no breath. And these jakes, man, you run into that type of shit, man. Especially you so-called Latinos, man. You run into that shit. Run into this silly statues. Growing up in Cali, they always had them Mother Mary candles with this silly ass looking bitch on the front, like acting like she's holier than thou and shit. You know what I'm saying? It says, both they that make them, they that desire them, and they that worship them are lovers of evil things, and are worthy to have such things to trust upon. So the Most High said, "You worthy to trust, but you motherfucker, you know what? You worthy for this. This is you. You worthy of this shit, and you don't have it because everything you receive with it, you gonna wish that you didn't. Because guess what? When this grace period is over, go ahead and try to take your ass to an appointment 20 minutes late, a doctor's appointment. They're gonna say, "Yeah, excuse me, sir, you're gonna have to reschedule." Hey, so it's gonna happen with a lot of two-thirds of our people on this side. You're gonna have to reschedule and meet up with your Yahushua in the kingdom. You ain't gonna be able to see them on this side. You're gonna have to reschedule your appointment, man, because grace time is over. Everybody got 15 minutes of grace period. So
hey, this your last time to get shit right.
Right.
Between you and your maker. Hey, if you're Israel, you better hope you're Israelite when them evil days come, because hey, you are the other nation. It's gonna be some shit for you. It's gonna be you gonna be getting hit by that rod a whole lot.
Right. That rod of correction.
That's right. Hey, big rocks and the little rocks, motherfucker, because that's what's gonna happen.
That's right. And we look
Hey, it'd be a righteous thing. I'm gonna put you in front of Mount Everest. Big rocks and little rocks. You got to the end of the week.
Got the
I'm gonna give you some shit that I know that you can't make happen.
Right. God. I'm telling you, man, brother, look, that arena is gonna be a beautiful thing. We're gonna put a Elamite and a Edomite down there, and I'm gonna just throw some random shit. I'm gonna throw a motherfucker with flip flop with a nail in it, and I'm gonna throw this other motherfucker kunai that's stuck inside some top ramen, man. You know what I'm saying? Kill this motherfucker. I throw you this motherfucker a pair of Tabi socks with some goddamn thumbtacks on it, man, and tell you to kill this motherfucker.
Hey, be like Malak. Hey, throw some food out there. Y'all figure it out.
Right. Straight up. That's all you gotta do.
You know, hey.
That's gonna be an interesting sight, brother. They'll tell you, hey, starve their asses for a good 6 days. Give them, I say 5 days, so they have enough strength to fight back and shit. And let them motherfuckers go ahead and get together and just throw some silly shit down there. I'm telling you, man, throw a pack of uncooked noodles down there. All right, we can manifest it with your spiritual powers. And, hey, you'll see motherfuckers, you'll see blood flying, man. Eyes and shit.
You know what? That'd be funny as hell.
Yes, brother. Hey, look, that straight up top ramen, Esau's favorite. All right, just throw them some that big red ass pack of beef top ramen. Let them, and don't even cook the bitch. Just let them fight each other for it, man. They're gonna the last man standing. He gonna be so fucked up. He ain't even gonna be able to eat it. He gonna probably die from a grievous wound and shit. Trying to take that one bite, that dry ass noodles. Try to put the little seasoning, the little flavor on the motherfucker. And he gonna try to take a bite out the bitch and probably fucking die, man.
Did anybody else have any more scriptures? Or are we all?
Oh no, we could close.
We'll close it out. You know, hey, for the brothers in the faith, we just got to maintain. But hey, this truth, only the chosen is gonna get it. But the Bible is only for the Hebrew Israelites. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is only dealing with his people, and then you heathens, you cannot partake in building this temple. All right. So with that, we're gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle, elders of Great Millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the Akim, Walk, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. All right, and with that, we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.